This is Vet Tales, the story of the Sailing Veterinary Clinic. Last episode, we set sail for Isla Coronados to stage Chuffed across the Gulf of California. This episode, we have a great downwind sail, the 120 nautical miles to San Carlos on the other side of the sea. We'd been anchored in Isla Coronados, waiting for good weather conditions to allow us to sail to San Carlos. I just got off of the like a text message with Jenny. She's doing good in Puerto Madero. She's got lots of work still going on. We continue to fund her every month. As many of you know, I was helping her with a specific case with some puppies who have evidence of a liver problem. And we have a GoFundMe that is directed towards Jenny so that we can continue to fund her every month so she can do the spay and neuter campaigns, vaccination campaigns, and provide treatment to in-need animals from under-resourced communities. So if you'd like to check that out, the link is here. On that note, we'd also like to thank once again Travel Sketch. The money that they donated towards the Puerto Madero campaigns really has kept it all going. So big thanks to those guys. If you haven't already checked out their YouTube channel, you should do so. Since we'd be heading north, we were waiting for southerly winds to increase for our crossing. In the meantime, we caught up on some computer work and prepped for the 120 nautical mile journey. Ready to do some food prep for the crossing. We're going to make potato salad, chicken curry, and some kind of like tuna salad kind of thing. So we have lunch and dinner. Potatoes ready. Just getting ready to lift anchor. Unfortunately, we've been swarmed by bees this morning, so we've been trying to get rid of them. We're thinking we're only going to be able to get rid of them. It's probably hard to see them, but they're like everywhere, and now they've decided to join inside the boat. Anyway, we're hoping they leave as we motor away.
We've been here for a few days and they have yet to come out here like this.
Yeah, and since this morning, there's like a million. Anyway, so yeah, about to lift anchor. We've got 115 nautical miles roughly to go to San Carlos from here. Going to take, depending on our speeds, anywhere between 20 and 26 hours-ish probably. That's with kind of like a 4.5 to 6 knot range. Anyway, we'll see. Hoping we can sail a bit. Wind is meant to pick up in the next hour. I think that's the last one.
Incense worked?
Yeah, I'm going to just maybe chuck it up on the front of the boat and see if we can get them going. One more. There's a big blue whale pretty close to us. Nice. Well, that was unexpected. We saw a blue whale. I'm pretty sure it was a blue whale because it was very, very big and had the little fin. They're only meant to be here in like February, March. So yeah, very different time of year to normal, but he was big and cool. He came up a few times. That's not him, is it? So there was something floating in the water. I was like, that's a whale right there. Because he was relatively close to us. Basically right on time, the wind has just started to pick up. Jim's just getting the mainsail ready to go up, and we're thinking we'll be able to broad reach. We're going to just kind of take whatever tack is the most comfortable at this point. Getting about 10 knot gusts right now. reducing, so that's good. In theory, we're only going to get maximum of like 15 knots today. Should be more around kind of the 10 to 14. And we've got mostly kind of on the beam option to run down with it. So if it picks up, we'll start moving further. Basically, we'll face the boat further north because it's a southeasterly. But yeah, for right now, we've got it on the beam. We're going like 5.5 to 6 knots, pretty comfortable. Little bit of wind helm turning us up into it, but that's sometimes kind of nice because then you can just hold the tiller off to the side a little bit here and just hold it. Plan is to basically do this for as long as we can. In theory, the wind picks up in about an hour. By 2 o'clock starts dying again, and then by 5 is like pretty much dead. So we're going to just hopefully sail for the most part of the day, and then kind of see how we go in the evening, whether we can still sail or need to start motoring. But yeah, just going to try and make as much ground as we can in the right direction. Right now we've got perfect heading, so it'd be nice if we can hold this for a while. During the day we're doing hourly shifts, so Jim's just taken over. Not getting too bad wind helm right now. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. So I can take over from Jim. We're getting a little bit of sideways swell now, which is making it a little hard to hold a more easterly direction. We might have to start turning a bit more further north. I mean, well, we are actually going just pretty much straight north. The wind's coming southeast, so we might have to start going more northwest. But we're making very good time. We've been going like 6 to 7 knots most of the time.
Yeah, it's between the gusts and the little chop, the autopilot's not working,
yeah.
So
we're hand steering for the day. But yeah, I'm gonna have a bite to eat. We've got some potato salad, some pickled cabbage with a little bit of yogurt, and some tuna salad. And then I'll take over for Jim. Jim, if we didn't have this sea state, we'd be flying, I think. So it's kind of like knocking us around a little bit. How'd your shift go?
Very good. The wind's backing off a bit, but there's still some chop. But now we're able to get a better angle, more northeast instead of mid-north. I don't think you can see the land anymore.
No, land's gone. Probably won't be till the morning that we see it on the other side because it'll be too dark. It's coming on about 5 o'clock, which is when the wind was meant to die. And it kind of is dying. Still got a bit of the swell. We're still sailing though, at like getting 5 knots still. So we'll see for how much longer. Potentially not too much longer.
We'll see.
Yeah. But in other news, I have done up some of my patient lists. So I finally sat down and did up a full Excel spreadsheet of all of our patients we've seen in the last 2 years, which is very useful to have done. Drum roll. This year we have provided treatment either directly or through Dr. Jenny in Puerto Madero to 390 animals. It's potentially even more because Jenny is still currently treating animals and just texted me the other day about more puppies. So probably 400, which is pretty amazing in one sailing season to have treated 400 animals. Yeah, really amazing. Some other interesting things though to find out through doing that was last year, so between La Paz and Loreto, we visited multiple small communities. We've since found out about even more that may need us in that area, but we've visited, I think it's 8 communities in total, 9. Anyway, visited a lot of communities. And we have now vaccinated and spayed and neutered the animals that needed it and provided treatments to 320 animals along that coast. Last year, we did 60. This year, we did 260. So, yeah, pretty amazing difference in, that the year has made. I'm going to check my numbers because I wrote them down to make sure. Yeah, yep, that's right. That's right. Yeah, so that's pretty amazing. So some of the animals we saw both years, some we saw, we saw last year, didn't see this year, some we saw this year, didn't see last year. Obviously Agua Verde added a ton. We also went to the Loreto, cat shelter in Loreto, and then so in Cosme. So yeah, new communities, old communities that we've already visited last year. But I guess it really highlights the importance of why doing what we do takes so much time. We can't just be in an area for 3 months and then leave to another country and then be there 3 months and then leave to another country, because when we're only somewhere for a few months, it's very difficult to do the reconnaissance we need to do to find out about the animals and their needs, get the equipment, go back, deliver the equipment. It all takes a lot of time, and I think it just really goes to show we've, it's almost 5 times as many animals that we've done this year compared to last in the Sea of Cortez, and that's because we've had so much more time to get to know the communities, find out about the communities. We've been able to get our logistics more down pat, where we know where we can get medical products, all of that stuff. So I think it just really goes to show the importance of us kind of like following the same route occasionally to treat as many animals as possible. We couldn't have done it without all of you. A huge thank you to everybody who supported all of our projects this year. It was really, truly amazing to have achieved so much. And now I might go sleep, and Jim's gonna steer the boat.
I'm gonna see if I can sneak a couple more knots out of this.
You gotta turn into it a bit more?
Yeah, we're gonna get wild.
Watch this swell. Blah. It's been a good sail, but it's been a rolly sail with the swell, hasn't it?
It's been choppy.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get some video of it, but the GoPro really flattens it out.
Even the other camera doesn't capture the swell very well.
Yeah, but it's been like this.
But like
the whole
4-second period,
Just like real. It's not big swell. Yeah, it's just choppy, short period swell, kind of right on the side of the boat. But just been sailing good.
Yeah, she's done well. So we made a curry yesterday that we can have for dinner tonight. So Jim's just going to heat up some rice now. It's about 6:30. As you can see, we're still getting 4.5 knots, even though there's like hardly any wind right now. So we're just going to milk it for as long as we can sailing, and then yeah, only motor when we have to. You can hear though the sails are starting to get a little bit more flappy and stuff, but this swell does keep dying and dying, which is nice, because when we do have to start motoring, hopefully we won't just be copping this swell quite as heavy on the side.
Windy was pretty accurate. Sunset and the wind stopped.
Taking my shirt off because it got really hot now in the winter. Hurry.
Yum.
Left the anchorage at 9, and then we started sailing around 10, and we sailed all the way through until just after 7. The wind really well and truly died at 7. It was like 6:30, like, oh, it's like there's a little, it's all right, and then 7, nothing. But we covered 60 nautical miles sailing, which is like pretty awesome. So that was like, we were averaging 6 knots. At the beginning there, we were sailing like 6.9, 7.1 pretty much the whole way, which is pretty awesome. Right now we are motoring. There is no wind. The swell is dying, which is great. We're holding a slightly more northwest tack right now, just because while this swell dies a little more, so we're not completely sideways to it, and then we're slowly going to just round up into it. But we're estimated to get in at 5:30 tomorrow morning, which is really good time. That means we will have done it in like, what, 20 hours, something like that, which is like, yeah, much faster than predicted. So yeah, sunset, Jim's having his dinner, we're heading out.
about 5:15 in the morning. The sun is up and we're about 45 minutes away from the anchorage or so. So yeah, should be there pretty soon. Pretty uneventful crossing over the night. Calm, some stars. There was some fog once we got a little closer to here, but all in all, very, very uneventful. Didn't even see a panga out there, no other boats. Only that SpaceX rocket, or whatever type of rocket that was that we saw. But yeah, pretty good. Sheddy's still sleeping. I'll wake her up soon. But yeah, almost there.
Just anchored up in San Carlos. We're just outside the marina, so the marina's just here. We're in the big bay anchorage. We're anchored in a bit shallower than everybody else. Hoping it's not mosquito-y or too fishy in here. But yeah, plan is basically to be on anchor here for a couple of days to kind of shut the boat up. Then we'll go in and get hauled out. We're trying to avoid going into the marina itself. Had a really good crossing though. Pretty cool, the spaceship. And yeah, it was relatively uneventful and kind of, you know, would have been nice to have sailed the whole way. But as far as motoring goes, it was like a pretty calm night. There was a bit of swell, but nothing too serious. So yeah, it was quite good. We're tired, my brain's not working. And I think we're probably just gonna have a little bite to eat and then try and sleep some more and then face the day later. But yeah, good crossing. A great end to a great season. We couldn't have done it without all of our patrons and supporters, so a huge thank you to all of you. Next episode we haul out and give you all a recap on this season. Until then, stay chuffed everybody.